Yo, what's going on, you guys? Your boy Pony Montana, and today we are going to be going over the October title update that EA dropped yesterday. Now, I actually had no idea that this patch was coming out, so when I heard that it came out, I went right on Fortnite because I'm sorry, but EA has a history of kind of making the game a little bit worse every single time they drop a new patch. So that's always my expectance until I hear from my friends and my lab partners and stuff like that, until I hear otherwise. So today we're going to be going over the title update. Hopefully you guys can leave some feedback down below from yourselves. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Just subscribe, man. We are growing, and obviously we need your help to keep on going, and I appreciate it truly. So let's get into the key highlights. I'm gonna be going over gameplay. I literally am a gameplay guy. I don't really care about visuals and stuff like that. But the only visuals I care about are a new scoreboard every year, and at least give us the option to put this in dark mode. Like, I want this to be in dark mode. The white kind of strains my eyes from time to time. So yeah, EA, think about that. So let's go right into the patch notes. And key highlights for them were added new celebrations and tuned to address a field goal block exploit. For those of you guys who don't know what that is, there was an exploit where you could block field goals literally at will. They couldn't stop you. There was nothing that they could do to stop you. Even if they try to fake it, they would scream in and be able to tackle the fake guy very, very easily. And that's just wrong. That's just messed up. That just shouldn't be in the game. So kudos to EA for patching that. Franchise retractable roof. Commentary is now available for players edited in draft class. Awesome. Madden Ultimate Team, and this has to do with gameplay very, very heavily. If you guys play MUT, if you guys play Salary Cap, they added a new ability called Route Specialist that gives receivers unique hot routes based on their position and ratings. And we will be going over that. But right off the rip, I'm going to tell you guys that that is something that is terrible for the game. Not the fact that they added the abilities, the fact that they added it as an ability. And I want you guys to leave a comment down below telling me what you guys think of that. They added another ability so that our receivers can actually execute different routes. And it just reminds me of last year when trucking was too OP. So instead of fixing trucking, they dropped an ability that we had to waste cap on. So even if I had a 99 overall middle linebacker, I could, with 99 tackling, 99 play rec, 99 awareness, 99 everything, he can still get trucked by anybody with 91 trucking because the game was that broken. And instead of fixing that, they added the ability, aka red chems, called Secure Tackler. Jukes and spins were OP at the start of the year. So what did they do? They added a new ability called Unfakeable. Why not just implement that in the game so it just works to work? Why do we have to pay for these things inside the game? And I will never understand that. In a competitive setting, there's no reason for that to be. And yeah, so, but you know, I'm rambling now. Let's get into the gameplay updates. Those are visual updates. They updated Alvin Kamara's back straps, his arm straps, which are pretty dope. Let's go to gameplay tuning updates. Tuning to increase the frequency of face mask penalties. Okay, so if you guys are on strip ball aggressive, you guys are pretty much going to be called for a face mask all the time. And you don't want that. That's 15 yards and a first down regardless. So tune to allow QB's chance to fumble and tackle with a hit stick. Even when holding down the cover ball mechanic on R2. Okay. Yeah, so covering the ball is not with the right trigger or R2. It's with R1 or right bumper. So whoever wrote this needs to rewrite this. Unless you're saying like you can't hold turbo while you're covering the ball, then I can understand that. But this is actually, that's bad. Like my 4-year-old can hold the ball and get hit and not drop the ball if his main objective is to hold the ball. He's not gonna drop. That's stupid. I don't care if it's a quarterback. I don't care if it's a old lineman. Like that just shouldn't happen. Tune and improve the run animation used when a ball carrier makes slight direction changes while holding the acceleration burst mechanic. Okay. And tune to decrease disengage angles for defenders versus the run game. Now, both of those tabs both go towards the run offense. A disengage is different from the block shot, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if your guys are stronger and they're lined up with like D-backs and stuff like that, it's going to be harder for that D-back, for that weaker player to disengage off of that lineman or that big tight end that's holding him there. And the run game just got a little buffed on that. Added logic to prevent extremely late fair catch. I didn't know anything about that. Tune stamina when holding down the acceleration burst mechanic to better align defensive players with offensive players. Okay. That sounds like a good tuning. Pass coverage improves zone logic for cover 3 and cover 4 versus multiple crossing routes such as PA boot overplays. They're buffing up zones, which is pretty dope. Maybe we don't know yet. Finish the fix from previous title updates so that cover 3 will correctly cover both the flat and the wheel routes. So any of you guys that are still running fake screen wheel, please stop. You're making yourself look bad. Simple. Fix an issue causing deep zone players to sometimes not react to deep routes when using 3-man. Okay. Improve zone logic for cover 6 and cover 4 quarters coverages versus trips formations. All right. Now, cover 6 and cover 4, if you guys don't know, have matching principles where the safeties end up matching up with the number 1 and number 2 receiver. And I think it gets confused when you're in a cover 6 and cover 4 against a 3 against trips formations. So they tuned that up, they fixed it apparently, and that's pretty awesome. Tune to decrease the frequency of defenders playing the ball when covering routes well in front of the intended receiver. I actually don't know what that's gonna do, but I feel like if they are well in front of the intended receiver, they should be playing the ball and they should be getting an interception. But I could be wrong on that. I don't know what they mean. So, real player motion addressed an issue causing kick and punt returners to sometimes use different running animations than when they were playing the regular positions. I didn't know anything about that. I haven't noticed that. Fixed a rare issue causing players to shuffle and this happened with linebackers, and it's not rare. Actually, one of the blitzes that I dropped, when you come out of the huddle, the linebacker sometimes lines up on the he lines up like 10 yards to the right of where he's supposed to be, even when you baseline. And then when a play is over, if you try to run the same thing, sometimes the linebacker will literally be almost on the sideline and he's completely out of the play at that point, and it's really, really frustrating. So, fix an issue causing the QB to sometimes fail to hand the ball to the halfback on blunt dive plays. Never seen that. I don't run blunt dives. Fix the issue causing the ball to appear in the wrong hand for punters. I have seen that, so that's a pretty good fix. Pre-play, address the rare online exploit being used with custom playbooks that cause the offensive team to leave the field, forcing the defensive user to quit the game and take the loss. Thank you, devs. Thank you. Now, I don't use custom playbooks, but that's obviously, if you guys are online playing regs, you obviously don't want that. That's just wrong. If you guys are doing any type of exploits like this, man, y'all need to find a better hobby, because you guys won't be, excuse my language, you guys won't be shit in life. Simple. Tune to improve jog animations after huddle. Okay, address an issue allowing offensive players to reset the. Yes. Okay. Now this is a good one. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below on this. Now, you guys might have seen it, but when you guys are like trying to set up a blitz and this and this and that, some intricate type of thing, and they start like hot routing and audibling, your defensive hot routes will reset, and they just fixed that, which I think is amazing, and thank you, EA, for that. That's awesome. So let's go down to the next one. Let me know what you guys think about that one. If you guys have noticed this, if you guys have witnessed this, let me know, because this is frustrating when you're trying to run like one of the crossfire blitz and stuff like that. That's huge. Removed ability to motion the inside tight end. Oh, okay. So they removed that just because it would lead to a fumble. Okay, that's awesome. Tune to improve defensive back movement animations when getting set at the line in a press or man coverage positions. Okay, so they're helping out the cornerbacks in that situation as well. Address an issue preventing a catch animation from triggering if the user had ball hawk timing and interception. Now, catch animation will trigger even if the button is pressed too early, but will result in okay. Thank you for helping out the users a little bit, because that should have been addressed in the last patch where sometimes you wouldn't get an animation if you're holding triangle. Perfect. Now we're gonna get an animation regardless, so that's amazing. Thank you, EA. Good job on that one. Tune to improve pass block targeting for running backs in the backfield. I seen Young Dreeny post a video on this where his quarterback was having almost 30 seconds in the pocket while doing this. So yeah, let's just skip down to the third one. Improve logic for pass rush exploits dealing with defenders placed in coverage or QB spy assignment who would then quickly rush up the middle of the formation. Now, what you guys don't know, some of you guys don't know what they're talking about here, but this is the A gap that people are talking about, and they did not fix this. That is not fixed. So they improved the logic, but they did not fix the user rush, and that has to be fixed before club series like comes through, because you don't want people in your online tournament rushing through A gaps. That's an exploit. You cannot stop it. You can't do anything to stop that type of. You just can't do anything to stop it. So why? And they're not gonna sit there and be like, you can't use your linebacker, you know. So they have to patch that. They have to patch that. Address an exploit around field goal blocks. We already talked about that. NFL rules, fix an issue preventing illegal block in the bag penalties from triggering. Okay. And all of this is pretty much the same. They kind of fixed all the chemistries and stuff like that, which is pretty dope. But that route specialist chemistry, and I told you guys that we were gonna go over those routes. And before it seems like I've been talking way too much, let's just get over and look at the routes. Now, they have 3 different types. They have elite route specialist, short route specialist, and deep route specialist. Now, to activate these on your guys, you need to use training points, and your guys have to have they have to have like 90 route running for you to be able to access this. Now, obviously one is short route running, the other one is deep route running, and the other one is mid route running. So what they actually do now, if you're in the slot position, these are the two different types of hot routes that you're going to be able to rock and put anywhere on the field as long as they are in the slot. This is the other one. You can put a corner and you can put a post. Now this post looks really, really glitchy, and I'm even going to try my best to try to fit some of these into my scheme from time to time, and I think that's pretty dope that they added this. I just hate the fact that they added it as an ability. Like I said before, comment down below if you guys like that they do that, but I personally feel like they should literally just put these in the game without having us, hey, spend 10,000 training points to upgrade this player all the way up to the point where he can have an ability so that we could put an ability on him that should already be in the game. I think that's just asinine, man. I don't like it. Now, outside receivers, if you have elite route specialists, these are the 2 types of hot routes that you guys can do. They do replace hot routes that you already currently had. So that skinny post replaces the zig, and this cross replaces the smoke screen. It's not a deep crossing route, but it is a cross, which it's okay. I still prefer a drag. So yeah, if you are a tight end with this, you can kind of have like the Texas angle route, or you can have a corner route, which is pretty dope. I like the fact that they put the corner routes, but it looks like these are the corner routes that don't beat man coverage, which to me are kind of pointless. They're not going to be doing anything. Now, halfbacks. Now, these are probably the best ones in my opinion. The fact that you could put a halfback on a table route, Table routes are so deadly, and the fact that you can do that is amazing. I think that's perfect. I prefer that over any type of out route coming out of the backfield. Also, you could do the angle that replaces the option route. No one uses the option anyway, so I think that's pretty dope. Now, short route specialists, slot receivers. Slot receivers get a wheel, which is pretty dope because you could wheels. That wheel will end up creating a lot of mismatches in a lot of coverages. Also, you could put a hitch, which is, I don't really like that, but I mean, some people might. And also a short post. Now, the short post looks like it kills man coverage, but the problem with the short post in my eyes is it's probably going to run literally up to almost like the second hash mark, and then it'll probably stop running its route, and that's going to get real frustrating to anybody who is trying to get that deep post to get over above zones. Now, if you have it on a tight end, once again, you got the trail. I think I went over that already. Now let's get into the let's get into the deep route specialist. Deep route specialist has the most, obviously. But it also replaces a lot. Like, it also replaces a drag, and I don't know if that's really good for some people, but it has a deep out, which are really good for like cover 3 beaters and stuff like that. You got the deep in, obviously self-explanatory. It's the opposite. You have a wide receiver corner route, which is a C route. Now, if they added this ability last year, everybody would have flipped shit because C routes were literally the cloud flat killer. That replaces the zig route, the deep cross. Now, this is the big one. The deep cross is possibly the hardest thing to stop in the game, and they just added that as an audible, as a hot route, which is kind of crazy. Now we have a skinny post. Now, this one looks like it probably beats man coverage, which is gonna be a little frustrating to face like a lot of mud teams with like this type of chemistry. Now, deep in, obviously self-explanatory. The deep in, you got the deep out. Once again, a self-explanatory option. Stick and nod. I did not think that this would be something that they put in the game, but this being on a tight end is kind of pointless because you want to have your flat routes. I think having a flat route as a tight end is crucial for those short yardage situations. Also, they have a corner route, and you have a deep crossing route, which for tight ends is huge. So yeah, those are the hot routes. That's your title update. Let me know if you guys if you guys have played it. Obviously, let me know if you guys are like enjoying the title update. If not, let me know. Just leave a comment down below, and like the video, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. I will be back with another video because I owe you guys another one because I didn't post yesterday. So as always, you guys, my name is Pony Montana. 2 fingers, y'all. Deuces.